In this video, you're going to learn the difference between when you're overthinking a situation and when you should trust your intuition. So, if you find yourself constantly questioning whether you're seeing red flags in your relationship or if you're just overanalyzing things, then this is the video for you. Stay tuned because you're going to learn how to confidently trust your gut instincts without ever having to second guess yourself again. Don't go anywhere because we're starting right now. Starting a new relationship with someone you're really into is like stepping into a fairy tale. Your heart races, you feel giddy and elated, and every moment feels like it's straight out of a movie. But of course, with all of that intensity, you're bound to come across some situations that make you feel anxious and concerned. For example, maybe he doesn't respond to a text message for a long time, or perhaps he seems a little distant during a date, or he has to cancel plans with you. In these situations, experiencing some anxiety or overthinking is understandable and even expected because you're still getting to know him and trust takes time to develop. But there are other times when your intuition is trying to tell you that something is not right. It's that gut feeling that something is off or there are red flags in the relationship that you should pay attention to. I mean, you have intuition for a reason. It's there to protect you and save you from potential heartache and emotional turmoil. So it's important for you to be able to trust your intuition. The problem is when you're prone to overthinking and relationship anxiety, you can get stuck in a state of uncertainty and ambiguity about what's really going on. And that leaves you questioning your own thoughts and feelings, wondering if you're just overthinking things or if there's cause for concern. But if you follow the steps that I'm about to share, you're going to be able to recognize when you're overthinking, and you'll also know when you need to trust your intuition because you're actually seeing red flags. And that all starts with step 1, identify overthinking and unfounded anxiety. The first step is getting an understanding of the difference between when you're overthinking and when you're seeing red flags that you need to be concerned with. And the basic difference is that red flags are warning signs or behaviors that clash with your values and expectations that also tend to be objective or measurable. They are more problem behaviors that would be obvious to anyone. For example, when your partner is dishonest or manipulative or disrespectful or fails to deliver on a promise, they are things that you could easily describe to others who would also be concerned. On the other hand, overthinking is like getting your mind stuck in a loop where you are analyzing every detail of your partner's behavior, searching for hidden meanings that may or may not even exist, including number 1, constantly questioning the status and future of the relationship. Number 2, reading too much into every text, call, and action from your partner. Number 3, obsessing about minor details or behaviors that could indicate a problem. Number 4, overanalyzing past conversations or interactions and looking for hidden meanings or intentions. A good example of overthinking is becoming fixated on a particular text message or comment made by your partner and then spending hours analyzing it and searching for hidden meanings. And then your overthinking causes a negative feedback loop where worry and anxiety lead to further overthinking and worry. So if you know that you're overthinking and anxious, it's time to start making your anxiety work for you, which is step 2. Let me explain. Constantly worrying and obsessing over someone or something happens when you want to control an outcome, yet you're in a position with little or no power to do anything. For example, you're texting and calling your boyfriend, but he's not responding. And that leaves you feeling insecure and scrambling for some solutions or to gain back some control. And then your obsession spirals out of control and you start engaging in compulsive behaviors, hoping for a response. But let me tell you, continuing to call or text him is not the solution. It only makes you more anxious and insecure. But all of that anxiety and worry, that's nervous energy. And that can be a powerful motivator for change. So instead of letting your overthinking and anxiety control you, use them to your advantage. So the next time that you start to overthink or feel anxious about something in your relationship, take a deep breath and recognize what's happening. Instead of getting lost in your thoughts and worries, use that energy to follow the suggestions in this video. Of course, it will take some work, but these strategies are powerful and effective. So let your anxiety be the driving force to make positive changes in your life and in your relationship. Remember, the more you try to control the situation, the less control you have. So embrace the uncertainty and use your anxiety to motivate you to do the next step. Step 3. Record your experiences. This one is super important. You have to record your thoughts and feelings about the relationship and any concerns you have by writing them down. Yes, you really have to do this because it's easy to forget your moments of overthinking and anxiety when things are going great. So get yourself a notebook specifically for this because you're going to be journaling to help you identify any patterns and triggers that may be causing unnecessary worry and anxiety. So write down any incidences where you feel anxious or worried about your relationship, including when you are overthinking, and any behaviors of yours and his that are associated with worry. For example, let's say you notice that you're always the one who is initiating dates or plans with him. And for whatever reason, it really becomes an area of focus today because, once again, you were the one who set up plans for tonight. So you're going to write down this situation as a hypothesis or measurable objective. And if you record these occurrences every time you experience them, or every time that you are the one that has to initiate a date, then it won't be long before you notice a measurable pattern of behavior that is objective. And if you can easily count the number of times that this has been a problem, then you can easily see this habitual behavior is a red flag and not just overthinking. Again, if you journal your thoughts and feelings as they come up, you will quickly start to see patterns, including things that trigger your overthinking, as well as when you are clearly seeing red flags. And that helps you to make decisions that are based on facts and not just on feelings. Step 4, identify the root causes of your thoughts and emotions. It's important to take a step back and consider where your worries and fears are coming from. Are they based on a specific behavior or action from your partner, or are they rooted in past experiences that have left you feeling vulnerable? Again, here you will turn to your journal because it is a great tool to help you track your thoughts and emotions and identify patterns in your thinking. So as you reread your journal entries, ask yourself if there is any blatant issues that would stand out to anyone. Are there specific behaviors or situations that are causing you to feel anxious or insecure? Are there common themes that emerge from your entries? By identifying these triggers and patterns, you can gain a deeper understanding of the root causes of your overthinking and develop strategies to manage it. But most importantly, identifying the root causes will help you to quickly see the red flags because they are right there in black and white. And then you can set aside your personal feelings and biases and look at the situation from a neutral perspective. Ask yourself questions like, is this behavior typical for my partner? And would I be feeling this way if this was happening with someone else? Objectively assessing the situation can help you to determine if your thoughts and emotions are warranted. Step 5. Seek the opinions of trusted friends. Sometimes it can be nearly impossible to determine whether you're overthinking or if there are red flags present in your relationship. In these cases, it's essential to seek the opinions of trusted friends who are not emotionally attached to your situation and can offer a fresh perspective. And you're going to reach out to them because they can help you to see the situation more clearly and identify any red flags that you might be overlooking. So, using the previous example, let's say your partner is never the one to initiate plans with you and sometimes declines your offers to spend time together, and he has canceled on you on more than one occasion, but he always has a solid excuse. And when you've talked to him about it, he promises to try harder, but you're still left feeling unsure about what to believe. This is when you need to talk to your trusted friends. Share your thoughts and feelings with them, and they can help you to see what you might be unwilling to accept. A friend can quickly point out the realities that you've overlooked and share how they would feel in the same situation. In this case, they might reinforce the fact that you're seeing a red flag and help you to eliminate any self-doubt that you may have had. Number 6, set a freakout deadline. What I really want to say here is don't act on your impulses, no matter how anxious you get. But that's easier said than done. Telling yourself not to act on your impulses might work for some people, but I have found that setting a freakout deadline is a great strategy too. So when you are confronted by a situation or something seems to be going wrong, rather than reflexively panicking and following your old script, set a deadline for when you will allow yourself to deal with the situation. For example, let's say that you've texted your boyfriend and it's been a few hours, but he still hasn't responded to you. Instead of panicking, tell yourself that you will be fine with things for the time being, and if nothing changes by tomorrow, then you can deal with it. This approach can be incredibly effective in preventing impulsive behavior. By giving yourself a little time to cool off and gain perspective, you're less likely to do something that you'll later regret. Plus, most of the time, the situation that you were worried about will resolve itself without any further action needed. Of course, it's not always easy to stick to your freakout deadline, but with practice, you'll find that it gets easier to stay calm and patient in stressful situations. Step 7, trust your intuition. At this point, you've taken the time to reflect on your past experiences. You've recognized the obvious times that you were overthinking, and you've consulted with your trusted friends. But what if, after all of this, something still feels off? What if you still have that nagging feeling in the pit of your stomach, telling you that something isn't right? If this is the case, it's time to trust your intuition. Your intuition is a powerful tool that can guide you in making the right decisions, especially when it comes to your relationships. It's there to protect you, and if something feels off, there's likely a reason for that feeling. Think about it. Have you ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be right? Maybe you felt like your partner was hiding something from you, or you sensed that they weren't being completely honest. These are the moments where your intuition is trying to tell you something. Now, I'm not saying that you should jump to conclusions or make any rash decisions based on your intuition alone. It's important to consider all the facts involved in this situation before making any decision. But it may be time to have an open and honest conversation with your partner and express your concerns. He may be able to provide you with the reassurance and clarity that you need. However, if your partner's responses or behaviors still don't align with your intuition, it might be time to reevaluate your relationship. Your intuition is there to protect you, and sometimes it's best to listen to it. You are in control of your own happiness and well-being. Trust your intuition and have faith in yourself. You have the power to make the right decisions for yourself and your future. I've made several videos about red flags and signs of trouble in your relationship. Click here to check out this playlist, or click here to see the video that YouTube recommends. I'll see you in the next video.